Yo, welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Open Ultra League and let's try out a different team here. We're going to be using the Tapu Fini paired with the Shadow Gengar and the Skeletons. So we got a decent lead here as this Annihilate is taking a lot of neutral fast move pressure, but you can see their counters are actually adding up as well. It's kind of amazing how the counters are pretty much doing as much as our water gun. We're going to fire off a shield and then throw this Nature's Madness. This is going to get the shield or it's going to get some good damage, especially with the debuff. Our opponent here is staying in for now and looks like they are building up to a potential Shadow Ball as well. We do tank it and then we're going to throw our Surf right here. The Surf is going to take out this Annihilate and now we're just going to have to switch out. Looks like our opponent does have the Greedent in the back. So this Greedent here is going to be able to get to a potential Crunch. Looks like they do grab a Crunch right there and they get the debuff, which is a little bit unfortunate for us. We're going to have to throw this Disarming Voice right now. This is going to chip away at the Greedent. We're trying to get to another Disarming Voice. Oh, they are able to snipe our energy. So we're just going to have to tank this move here. And now we are kind of in big trouble because this Greedent is going to be really good against our entire backline. But we're going to see if we can wiggle out of this situation. We still have a catch opportunity. Oh, wow. They go for the Body Slam bait, which is good for them. Here, we're going to go for this Shadow Punch. This Shadow Punch is going to be super resistant, but we're going to try to switch out. Oh, okay. They are going to throw on timing, and this should take us out. Okay, they go for another Body Slam bait. Interesting. Okay, at this point, we can just throw another Shadow Punch right here, and then try to catch a move. Okay, we do catch the move, and will they allow us to farm them down? They finally throw the Crunch right there, and looks like they had the Shadow for Alligator in the back, so it wouldn't have mattered much because they had a really good backline, especially against the Greedents. But GG Star opponents unable to win that game. I guess in hindsight, maybe we just try to take out the Greedent with that shield. All right, here we got the Tapu Fini against the Kalliscore. They switch out into their Feraligatr. So Feraligatr here is going to be a problem for our backline, so we're just going to stay in for now. We're going to tank the first move and then make sure we throw this Nature's Madness on good timing. We know that we have to get this Feraligatr low enough. They are going to be able to tank that move right there. So at least the health of the Feraligatr is going down. We're going to take the next move here, ends up being the Hydro Cannon, of course, and then we're going to try to get to this next move. Okay, they are going to throw the move. Looks like it would have been a CFP tie anyways. So we're just going to try our farm down with the Gengar. We do get the farm now, which is fantastic, and now we have to try to beat this Kalliscore in the back. So we're going to build up a lot of energy, throw this Shadow Punch. Will we get a shield from this? No, unfortunately not. So we're going to have to throw another Shadow Punch here. This hopefully is going to get low enough so that we can... Okay, we finally grab a shield, okay. So we do grab one shield. Do we decide to shield this up? Nope. We're going to save all the energy for the Skeledirge and both the shields. So we're going to go for this Disarming Voice right now. This Disarming Voice is going to be shielded. And now they have no shields left. Now the question is, do we think this is a bait or the Skull? They decided to go for the Icy Wind. Unfortunately, we do shield the bait, but we're going to be able to get to another Disarming Voice right here. It does do super effective damage, but it only did about 30%, maybe 25%. And then they finally go for another move here. Ends up being the Scald. Not great for us. We're going to go for this Disarming Voice. And I think we got debuffed again, so this is going to be tough. Okay, we do sneak in a fast move right there. But we're just going to allow this one to go down because it was going to be tough trying to beat that. All right, so we're going to switch it out a little bit here, and we're going to use this Alolan Muck. This Alolan Muck is a little bit tankier, and it's going to be able to deal with those Feraligatrs a little bit better. I think our opponent here is going to... Okay, I thought they were going to switch into a Feraligatr. But our opponent here does go into the Poliwrath, and looks like they decided just GG's quick. Are they running the Dynamic Punch, Power Up Punch version, or what? Not exactly sure, but we do get that win. Looks like they didn't want to deal with that backline. Okay, here we go. We got the Tapu Fini versus the Guzzler. Perfect. This is where we want to see it. They switch out into their Golisopod here. Golisopod is going to be interesting. We are going to be resisting the fast move, so that's a positive sign for us. They go for the liquidation. We avoid the debuff. And then we're just going to go for these acid sprays. This acid spray here is not a lot of damage, but it's going to debuff their defense. And now our poison jabs are dealing more damage. Our opponent here does elect to go for another liquidation, and we do avoid the debuff. And it looks like our opponent here is going to have to decide if they want to shield here or let this go. Go for the Dark Pulse right there. I wasn't sure if the acid spray would take it out from that range, but it probably would have. But to be sure, we just use the Dark Pulse. Oh, we don't get to a acid spray. They were going to switch out anyways. Looks like we are in the 2-shield Gengar versus Cresselia. So here we're going to have to shield the first one, even though it's the Grass Knot. We just want this Gengar pretty healthy. So here we're going to throw the Shadow Punch. This Shadow Punch here does grab a shield from our opponent. Then we're going to go for another Shadow Punch. This is still going to do a significant amount of damage. So let's see if they decide to tank it. They do. And now we're just going to try to get to another move. All we have to do here now is if we do shield, we just farm it down, I believe. Yep, we do get the farm down. And now we're going to be able to throw on our timing. We're going to throw this Shadow Ball here right after a fast move. Looks like they decided to let it go. And now we're just going to switch into the Tapu Fini. And now they know it's GG's because they don't have Sludge Bomb clearly. They're probably running the Dragon Claw Crunch version. So nice play by us. Looks like the Alolan Muck just slightly better as far as dealing with the Feraligators and more tankier. Obviously, it brings in more Poliwrath's weakness though. Okay, here we got the Drapion versus our Tapu Fini. Does this Drapion have the Sludge Bomb? Let's find out. Yes, they do. Okay, so this is not a great situation for us, but we're going to throw the Surf here to at least do some trip damage and then see if we can try to wiggle out of the situation. Try to catch a Sludge Bomb right here. Let's see if our opponent does throw the Sludge Bomb. Okay, they do throw the Sludge Bomb, so we do catch it onto the Muck. And now we're just going to see... Okay, they switch out into the Annihilate after building up to a move. We're going to throw this Dark Pulse. It does neutral damage towards this Annihilate. Trying to get to another Dark Pulse here. Looks like they are going to throw a move. We don't care about any move here. Even if it's Ice Punch, we're going to be able to survive it. Now we threaten potential KO or grabbing the last shield. So let's see what our opponent ends up doing. If they shield, they can farm us down. So they do decide to double shield. Or use both shields. Now we're going to come back in here with the Tapu Fini. Tapu Fini here is going to have to tank a move. Shadow Ball does get thrown and we are able to survive it. And we're going to go into our Shadow Gengar. Get the good farm down, and our opponent here does throw a move. We know that they potentially have Crunch and Sludge Bomb, so that's exactly what they throw. And then it looks like our opponent does switch out after, and that is no bueno for them because we do have a ton of energy. This Shadow Ball is going to KO this Shadow Feraligatr in one hit, and now we just have to throw in good timing. We know that this Drapion is still pretty healthy. This Shadow Punch here is resisted, but it gets low enough so that we can farm down. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game with the Shadow Gengar. So check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.